A task is a job that you need a volunteer to complete. For example, perhaps you're hosting an event, and you need to find a volunteer to run the sign-in desk and greet attendees as they arrive. To do this, expand Time and Scheduling and open the Volunteer and Staff Tasks list. Click New to define a new task. When making a new task, you can choose to use a template, create a new task from scratch, or set up a new template. Templates save time when entering similar tasks that occur frequently. However, for this example, we'll set up a task from scratch. First, define the task type to specify what kind of task this is. For this example, we'll say it's an event task. You could also specify a department, a program, or an activity type. For this example, I'll choose the Special Events program, and the activity type will be Event Sign-In. We can link the task to the appropriate event. You could also fill in any necessary location information for this task, or list the volunteer coordinator's name so that the volunteer knows who they should report to if they have questions about this task. Describe what needs to be done and when. Sumac calculates the duration of this task for you. The assignment status will always start out as unassigned, but this will change after we assign a volunteer to do this job. The worker field will also start out blank, but the volunteer's name will be filled in once we assign a volunteer to this task. You can also record any necessary assignment notes. And once the task is complete, you can record the date it was completed, as well as any completion notes. In the top right of this task window, you'll notice an area for required skills. This is where you define what skills are required of the volunteer in order for them to complete this task successfully. Click Add to add some required skills. For example, because the volunteer will be running the sign-in table at this event, perhaps you require that the volunteer have some experience with reception in order to do this task properly. Click OK, and now Sumac knows that it should only suggest volunteers who have reception experience. Click OK to save the task in the database. You'll notice that when we save this task, a lot of colored boxes appeared next to all the volunteers' names on the right side of the task window. A green box means the volunteer has what is required. A yellow box means the volunteer might have what is required. And a red box means the volunteer does not have what is required. This is how Sumac helps you find the best volunteer for the job. We can sort by the skills column, and Sumac brings the most qualified volunteers to the top of this list. For example, we can see that this volunteer has the skills required, and she's available, but she said that she does not want to do this kind of task. So she is not a good candidate for this job. This volunteer also has the skills required, but she is not available at the time of the event, so this volunteer is not a good candidate for this job either. But Kathleen has the skills required, is available, and she said she likes to do this kind of task, so we found the right person for the job. To assign Kathleen to this task, select Kathleen in the list of volunteers, expand Special Editing, and click Assign. Note that when you assign a task, the status becomes Assignment Proposed. If the status is more definite than that, click Set Assignment Status and choose a more appropriate status. Check out more training videos to learn more about how you can use Sumac to manage your volunteers.